welcome Lord and Ladies Vanderwoodsen, Lord Charles, Lady Beatrice, Lady Agnes. I'd first like to extend my condolences to you and your entire family for the death of your grandmother. We are gathered here today, as you know, to discuss her last will and testament. Now, this may come as a shock to you all, but it looks as though your grandmother has donated all of her possessions aside from 3 things.
Then we'll all just get one item.
I'm afraid the items vary so much in value that it would not be a fair division. We shall use the method of sealed bids instead. Each player makes a sealed bid, giving an estimate of the dollar value of each item. Each player's fair share is computed by dividing the total of that player's bids by the number of players. If a player receives a share that is worth more to them than their fair share, they pay the difference. If a player receives a share that is worth less to them than their fair share, then the estate will pay them the difference. Now remember, each player must have enough money to play. Of course, that's not a problem for you all. Participants must be willing to trade the goods for cash, and players must have no useful information about each other's value systems prior to bidding. Now, let me get the 3 items you'll be bidding on. But first, let me open the window and change my hat. First is the priceless Picasso. And of course, there's the house to be discussed. Your grandmother lived in a fairly modest house in the last years of her life, but she was sitting on 100 acres of land. The last item is arguably the most valuable, to your grandmother at least. I think we can all agree he is part of the family, so one moment. Now I'm sure you'll all want this little guy. Come on. There he goes. Now that you've seen all the items, we can begin the bidding. I have it on good authority that there is a diamond mine underneath grandmother's house, and she always loved me best. That's enough.
I never cared much for that cat, but the creature was adorned with a diamond necklace, and I am no fool, sir.
If brother thinks he is getting that cat, he is mistaken. I need that cat.
Okay, now that the bids are in, we're going to add together each of your bids, divide them by 3, and that will equal your fair share. Now, Agnes, you are entitled to $54,000. Beatrice, $75,000. Charles, $85,000. According to your bids, the painting and the house will go to Charles, who had the highest bids. The cat will go to Beatrice. And Agnes, you received nothing.
I got the cat!
And the painting.
Now, Charles, the bid that you put on the painting was $55,000. Bid that you put on the house was $180,000, both of which you received. However, your fair share is only $85,000. You must pay the estate $150,000. Beatrice, you received the cat. You bid $25,000 on the cat, and your fair share was $75,000. For Beatrice, you received the cat and $50,000 from the estate. Agnes, since you didn't win any of the bids, you just received your fair share of money, which will be $54,000. Now, there is one more thing to be done. Charles, since you had to pay $150,000 to the estate, but the estate only had to pay your siblings $104,000, there is a surplus of $46,000. The surplus will be divided amongst each of you, meaning that each of you will get approximately $15,333. Now that the surplus has been calculated, we can determine your final settlements. Charles, you will be getting the painting and the house, and you will pay $134,606 to the estate. Beatrice, you will be getting the cat and approximately $65,333. Agnes, you will receive $69,333. Now, I believe we can all agree that you received a fair share of what your grandmother left you. That seems fair.
I guess that is fair.
Do you believe you got a fair division of your grandmother's estate?
Yes, I do.